That's life.
It is a legend no one will forget. Everybody thought the Super Show was as bad as a Mario cartoon could be. And then, the sequel attacked. Deke was back! With the zaniest danger ever known, even more animation errors. With their useless Mario trivia, Delfino and Peach will watch every single episode and complete the Supershow Saga.
Hey paisanos, welcome to Delfino and Peach's Supershow Saga. Peach can't be here today, so we've got a very special guest star, me, Toad.
Oh, it's so great to hear from you, Toad. Tell me, Toad, how does it feel to upheal your voice? Do you have any therapy techniques for your voice? Because it sounds like it really hurts.
Oh, it's great. It's just I can't say a lot of, really long sentences or else, I run out of breath. And stuff like that.
Toad, tell me how you say banana.
Banana.
Apple.
Apple.
Strawberry.
It just makes me think of that one Game Grumps episode.
Where they can't say Mario Party 7.
Where Toad is playing Mario Party 7 and they're like, he's gonna guess it wrong, and he goes, apple!
How about orange?
Orange!
I heard grape there.
It just sounds kind of like grape.
Alright, Toad, it's lovely to have you, but I
Thanks.
really miss my sister, so could she please come into the room? I can see she's standing outside. She's really awkward. She doesn't want to interrupt us while we're
It's
talking.
alright. She'll come in later.
Later? I'd like her to come in now, please.
Alright, but I'm gonna come back in when we're talking about the episode, okay?
Okay. It's time to go. Thank you, Toad, but...
Bye!
Alright. So tell me, Peach, how much have you been thinking about Space Jam?
All the time.
Is this
Way too much, actually. I think I slammed that door in Toad's face a little too hard. I heard a little squeaky noise when he fell on the floor.
We might have to check and see if he's got an indented forehead.
Like that one comic I did.
Yes, he did, where Bowser stomps all over Toad. It's a great comic, by the way. We should make more comics.
No, we
but
should.
Unfortunately, you still haven't inked that drawing that I wish you would do. So yes, this is the Supershow Saga. I am Delfino.
And I'm Peach Supreme.
Peach Supreme is squishing in lunch because
Eating a sandwich.
she decided not to eat breakfast and suddenly she got a craving.
Yeah, okay.
For sustenance. So, we'd mentioned Space Jam 2 because we actually went to the theater. Oh my
Very
gosh,
nice.
we went to the theater.
And it's been so long. It's
I
been
think-
since the original... Well, the
The
original.
original.
We saw the Sonic movie.
Yeah, in theaters on Valentine's, as you do.
Well, I went to that movie at least 3 or 4 times.
I don't know why you went so much. You're not even the Sonic person. That's me.
I just like going to the theater.
I guess.
I missed it. When we went to Space Jam, I'm like, oh, this is so nice.
I love
Maybe that's part of the reason I like the movie so much.
You have a good theater experience.
That's true. I feel like a lot of people have really bad theater
I think it's
experiences.
because the one closest to us is, in fact, a cheaper one than
It's a very cheap
most.
one. It doesn't have a lot of seats. It doesn't have a lot of people go to it.
They've spread out the seats. They did a big renovation for a very coincidental star appearing in our town.
That was crazy.
So it went from you just sit in the chair to reclining seats.
Nice.
A wine bar. The only time I've seen that wine bar in use was when we went to Venom, and we sat we sat down, and the person next to me was
That's
like,
another movie I'm looking forward to, Venom 2.
Venom 2.
We've had 2 trailers, and each trailer I'm like, oh, I like this.
Is it gonna be the best movie in the world? No. Will it be?
Is Space Jam 2 the best movie in the world? No, but I certainly enjoyed it.
But it's wormed its way into the cockles.
Who is your favorite Looney Tune?
We've discussed this already.
You didn't discuss it on the podcast.
You didn't. She's been asking all of us what our favorite movie is. Favorite Looney Tune is. And
What
I
did
would
Mom
say,
say? I forgot.
I thought Mom
She said bugs?
She said it was not Tweety Bird.
Oh.
She's not a fan of Tweety Bird. I mean, my favorite duo
Dad
is
likes Taz.
Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner.
They're my favorite.
They're my favorite duo. But standalone, I would say it's Marvin the Martian because, listen, I know he's evil. I know he wants to take over the world. But
Excuse me, I'm
there
here
is-
to take over your planet.
there's a kernel of goodness inside of him. We gotta believe in that kernel of maybe good. I feel like if I want that, I should go watch Duck Dodgers. Because that one's all about the Martians.
Yep.
But, I mean, my favorite in terms of slapstick is Wiley and the Roadrunner.
They're just so
Because he comes up with so much, but the Roadrunner, it only thinks about speed.
He is eternally the head empty character.
Head empty, only speed. But I do like
Speed of food.
I also
with his
like
friend.
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. I've been watching more of the extended Looney Tunes universe.
Extended Looney canon.
So, there's the most recent one that came out, New Looney Tune Cartoons, which is HBO Max exclusive. Anyhow,
Do we have
that
HBO
one's
Max?
been pretty fun. The one before that was Wabbit.
I know
I'm
somebody
not sure
who
how
worked
I
on
feel about
Wabbit.
Wabbit, but
The people who
I'll
worked
have
on
to watch
Bunnicula
more.
worked on Wabbit.
that explains
And
the
you
art
really
style.
liked Bunnicula.
I did like Bunnicula. I never finished that one.
No.
That's
'cause it
I've
never
also been
aired.
watching the Looney Tunes show, which is more like a sitcom. It's fun.
I get
I
a little
enjoy it.
ticked off watching it because I do like
It's
how
got a lot of Daffy, and Daffy is very love him or hate him.
I do not love Daffy. I'm sorry. I will admit that my
He's got
favorite
his
punchline
funny
of him
moments.
is when he tried to enter the the golf place? He tried to enter some sort of rich suite and they're like, "What's your pin ID?" And he's like,
1.
"'Cause I'm the best. I'm number 1."
That's not a pin number. Did I say 1? I meant 2.
That just reminds me of Ace Attorney when you're trying to make logical conclusions that Polly the Parrot is Jnani Yogi's person, and he's like, "So what? My pin number is 0001 because I'm the best in the world." It's like, wow, way to dox yourself.
Now we're all gonna go steal some
Von Karma, let's go steal your money before you go to jail. Woo woo. It's that kind of thing.
Other than that,
But
we're
Porky
watching
Pigs
some
and the
occasional
neutral,
ones.
I feel like I could make a tier list about how I feel about them.
Mhm.
And it's that Daffy's at like the bottom. I'd put Porky and Elmer in the middle. Honestly, I always mix them up together.
Other than that, I try to watch some Tiny Toons. I'm not as into Tiny Toons as I was with Animaniacs.
Yeah.
I like Animaniacs better.
I think Animaniacs is just
it's a little more chaotic.
in contemporary, would you say? Would you like to take a survey?
Do you like beans? Do you like George Wendt? Do you want to see George Wendt in a bean-eating movie? Would you like to eat beans with George Wendt? Can you tell I've seen that clip so many times?
That sounds like that one dream Vinny had about Nick Cage asking him to eat some apricots. Oh, you want to eat an apricot? Of course I'd like to eat an apricot with you, Mr.
Going
Nick
back
Cage.
the furthest, we've also been watching some clips from original Looney Tunes because they're so clever. That one's been going around.
The vocal range on Mel Blanc is
He's so good.
absolutely crazy.
He voices practically everyone. And even when he doesn't voice people, whenever they need like a scream, they're like, Mel, can you come do this scream?
That just reminds me of that one Simpsons scream. Do you know the one I'm thinking of? It was "Hey Mo!" where someone screamed it in the back of the thing, not even close to my mic, but they're like, "This is good. We're gonna keep
We're
this.
gonna use that.
We're gonna keep this." But I like Bugs Bunny when he is like an arbiter of justice. And he works in karmatic payback. Like, he doesn't look to torture people, unlike Tweety Bird, who
Tweety Bird, who enjoys torturing Sylvester.
yeah.
And Roadrunner, who's just like having fun with his friend.
He thinks he's a friend.
Yes.
Wiley does not think they're friends, but Roadrunner thinks he's a friend. But Bugs is usually in his own lane until somebody wrongs him. And he's like, "All right then." Oh, you turned into a Cockney accent.
Hey, what's up, Doc?
This is war.
But I've been
I'm
watching
gonna
so
cheat
much
you
Looney
out of
Tunes
all
that
your money.
I've started like counting
How many?
I've started counting in Bugs Bunny's voice at work.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20. That.
Okay, that's when you've watched too much Looney Tunes. That's like when I play a bunch of Tetris, and suddenly when I see blocks, I'm just seeing things in the Tetris mindset, and you're like, stop it.
I've done it when I've watched too much Jugga. Like or like Steven, I'll start like counting in Steven's voice, and it's like, no, I gotta take a break.
I gotta stop. I'm indulging too much, but. Oh, there was one more thing I was going to say about Looney Tunes. Oh, so also the big hot contemporary topic, our thoughts on Lola Bunny. I think she's fine.
She's fine. She's really funny in the Looney Tunes
I think
show.
she's very needed. Like, they needed a female Bugs Bunny counterpart. Would you say they needed one?
It's kind of like the problem with Muppets. Is that
it's only Miss Piggy?
There's like only Miss Piggy, and it's just like, oh, we need more
Miss
girls.
Janice.
They're all voiced by guys, though.
Well, that was more so a casting issue, which I'll need to rewatch my Jim Henson documentary from Defunctland, but I'm pretty sure he was pretty good about hiring just people. If they were good on the job, he'd hire you.
True.
Like, I think Fraggle Rock had a lot of people like that. Whoever the heck did Scooter was a legend.
Oh, gee, my uncle who owns this theater thought it was a great idea.
I love his voices, and that he's like, I'm going for a earnest kind of, I'll do anything, but also I'll push the buttons when I need to. Gee, Kermit.
Hey, is it time to start the episode yet?
Yes, Toad, please. Okay, fine. So it's time to start the episode.
Oh, boy.
So the episode today, it's called Toadally Magical Adventure.
It's a totally magical adventure.
And I really love
Barely featuring me, Toad.
Barely? Who?
Well, I mean, I guess Toad is pretty much in that episode.
I also love how the Mario Wiki page feels the need to clarify that the word totally is a pun on totally.
Oh, well, you know, we gotta explain it for the kids at home.
Thank you, Mario Wiki. You feel the need to explain things. So this was our second episode written by Doug Booth. He's returned from The Beauty of Cootie.
Oh, that episode.
Toad, I appreciate you here, but I miss my sister. Where's Peach? Can she please come back into the room?
All right.
Thank you. We'll call you back in when we ask about Most Valuable Paisano, okay?
Okay.
Peach has returned.
Yeah. Yeah.
So before Mario, we had watched a Doug Booth episode before, but we haven't talked about what he did. Before Mario, he wrote on a lot of He-Man, he wrote on a lot of G.I. Joe, and did a few Sonic episodes. And later, he did the screenplays for Winx Club and Barney. What's with all of these Mario people being connected to Barney?
I don't know. Maybe everyone's secretly connected to Barney.
Barney the conspiracy theory. But you know what? So last time I had theorized that Doug Booth is just Doug Bowser, but he changed his name to be the CEO of Nintendo. Unfortunately, I'm incorrect. Do you know what Doug Booth does now?
I assume he's not the CEO of Nintendo.
Real estate.
Real estate.
He's a real estate man now.
I put too much horseradish on the sandwich.
You put horseradish? You put mayo on.
I love horseradish.
Ugh. So bad.
It's like going to Arby's.
You and that Arby's.
I love my Arby's.
What is horsey sauce different than horse sauce? Horseradish.
Well, one has a horse in it.
Yeah, which one is that? The horsey?
Alright.
So, we need to get going on the episode.
Maybe this episode's called A Toadally Magical Adventure because it's got a lot of toads in it.
Maybe. We do see a lot of different toads.
Because we start with Harvey Atkins Toad.
Oh, as the nerd toad?
The delivery toad. Who's
Delivery.
I don't know. He looks like a Harvey. His tie's on the ground.
The Humpty Dumpty toad.
He's got a can hat and an overbite.
He's
like,
he's He's a true stooge.
Read this sign.
Ace,
Graphic design is my passion.
Ace Magic Wand Factory, the most artisanal wand place there ever was.
We make a wand once every century.
Once every century.
That entire thing is written on the sign.
It's just a big...
Oh my god, it just makes me think of graphic design as my passion.
I was not thinking of that at all. I have other memes I think about when I watch this episode,
I
though.
see you.
So, the Humpty Dumpty Toad goes in.
He meets Merlin of Camelot.
He is not.
It's his voice.
Okay, it's the dwarf toad.
It's the dwarf toad. Who, honestly, he looks kind of like a gnome, but he also looks like what I'd think of if I was going to make mushroom people.
Like a bearded mushroom
Like
person?
gnome. I guess it kind of looks like Romeo and Juliet.
Are you getting into Moomin territory? Like,
no, there aren't gnomes in Moomin.
Are there?
No.
I don't know anything about Moomin. Come purge me in the comments.
Anywho.
I own a Moomin thing, though. I own a Moomin plate. My mom got it for me for Christmas, and I was like, thanks, Mom. I'm not a Moomin head, though. Where did this come from? She's like, well, I just thought you'd like it. And I'm like, well, thanks, Mom, but...
Alright, so Hagrid the dwarf has decided to make a wand for the King of Skyland.
It's the...
What's his name?
Wizard King of the West.
Wizard King of the
They're
West.
going for Wizard of Oz with the Wicked Witch of the West.
I don't
but
know.
it's the Wizard King of the Witch.
So they're like, it took me 50 years to make this wand. Which, given that he makes a wand once a century, that's a pretty good turnaround.
You think that was like a turnaround for him?
Maybe.
Maybe they mean once every century, like...
The wand he makes kind of looks like the wand from Mario Camelot.
It's so lazy. I understand why it's lazy,
We're used to seeing the circular wands that Koopa uses.
True,
it's
and
weird
this
to
one's
see
like a prism.
Prism wand.
But I'm
It's
saying...
like something you'd see in Sailor Moon.
If you work on this for like 50 years, I want all of the bells and whistles. I want
like, put some bells on it. I love bells.
I want to see like curly dolly lace. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like curled ends. I want to see like 10 different colors on it. I want to see a Precure wand. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
you
but
you need to make me a Precure
they didn't
item.
have 3D models to put Precure wands in there.
They couldn't just draw the model. So the nerd toad grabs, so they put it in a little chest.
And they're like, protect this with your life. And he's like, yeah, okay, let me just fall down this trapdoor. Whee!
Was it a trapdoor or was it just the exit?
I feel like it was the exit, but that's such a weird exit.
Also, the toad...
I almost thought that the gnome guy was going to pull off his disguise and it was going to be Koopa. And he's like, whoa, now I've caught you. And it's just like, what?
What? I'm very lost. But the nerd toad, he falls down the pit and he grabs his hat twice. 2 hats, hat theory confirmed. Once more. He has to grab it twice.
Haven't we already dragged me in the mud enough about that one?
Hat theory confirmed. But why is this nerd wearing 2 hats?
He just really likes hats.
What is this, Team Fortress 2? It's all about wearing extra hats? Hat on hat on hat? Alright, so the nerd toad falls down into the
It turns out he's being watched
by
the guy who asked him to pick it
by
up.
the wizard warlock from Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
I don't know. If he's so magical, why couldn't he just magic the
well,
wand over? I don't know.
He's a man of high esteem. He can't be bothered to go get the thing that he's wanted for 50 years. He sends his squire to go.
Is it even a squire? And
He sends
just send
stooge.
them the Mushroom Kingdom post office.
He sends his stooge.
Koopa Stooge!
He sends a stooge to go get it, but he's like, I'm
But
really
while he's
hoping
watching the toad,
that it gets
he
into
realized that someone else is watching the toad, and it's Cheatsy watching the toad
with an hourglass.
with a spyglass.
Spyglass, sorry. What's it?
A telescope.
Sorry, I was
Not a
thinking of
telescope.
Wind Waker, and then it went on to Phantom Hourglass, and I said hourglass, but I meant the telescope like in Wind Waker, which you only use once.
Well, you only have to use it once.
I guess so.
I used it a second time to find the seagulls for the
Oh, okay.
giant squid.
Whenever man asks you to look. Yeah. But this has just turned into Santa Claus is coming to town with the wizard warlock from that
And he's like,
show.
oh, I'm too lazy to actually go down and help, but please go.
He feels
my
omnipotent
Scrooge."
to do that, and also his sleeve vanishes like on one of his
course it
helmets,
does.
and he just looks like Crom now.
All right,
He's got
Crom.
a sleeve gone.
Old man Crom.
Also, I've noticed at this point the music is pitched really weird in this episode. It's like half a pitch upwards.
Was I half asleep during this opening? Because
Maybe-
I didn't notice any of
Maybe
this.
I was the one that's half
I was
asleep
so
because
bored.
it was sounding so like. Did they rip the video wrong? And then I went and checked different versions of the episode, and it was the same. And it's like, okay, they just changed the key of the song, but
So I think we can officially say that the house that we keep randomly going into is
It's
Toad's house.
Toad's house. Yes,
Because Mario specifically says
that they're
that
fixing.
they're fixing the plumbing of Toad's house. And it's like, okay, why does Toad have a bathtub that he looks like he would drown in? But okay.
Maybe he likes to take a big pool bath. Have you ever
That's
imagined
true.
that?
It would be super fun.
Like, whenever I'm sitting in a tub, I feel like I'm always too big for the tub because I always have to prop my feet outside of it, or I have to, like, sit up, and it's just such a bother. But it's like a hot tub sized. What is bothering you?
I'm so tired.
Why are you
I
tired?
ate that sandwich. It's making me sleepy. I thought you were gonna let Toad do this episode.
I'm sorry, but I don't think Toad would have lasted that
Yeah,
long.
that's true. I was gonna let Toad go until he passed out on the floor.
We're gonna help. We need to be nice to our fellow Toads, so
Yeah, we
we're
do
gonna
love Toad.
be nice to Toad. But the timing also, I've noticed in the episode, the timing on most everything is really off. From lip syncing to talking to voice lines, everything feels like a beat
It's not
too
like
late.
the Mighty Plumber episode where it was charming
background.
in its terribleness. It's like in this one, it's just like, this is a filler episode.
Oops. Oops. I feel like I could take a red pen and be like, just circle everything and be like, what's going on here? So Mario's fixing the plumbing, which I always figure the true cost to fix plumbing is to like get into the wall and then fix it from there, because that's usually where it breaks down.
I guess so.
Like when your toilet starts flushing weird, it's not the toilet itself, it's the plumbing with the toilet, so you gotta like remove it and stuff. So Mario is bragging and he's like, you know what, I can fix this tub faster than Invincible Mario. It's like, why
Nice.
Invincible Mario?
Well, he has a time limit when he's invincible.
Invincible Luigi. Invincible.
Do you think Invincible Luigi could fix that pipe? No.
No.
He's
So-
just the one to hold the
So
door.
suddenly, this is why I think of Santa Claus is coming to town.
'Cause of
like
the tub
when
mail?
when the warlock talks through the snow,
Well, he talks through the magic
He
snowball.
talks through-
But in this case, he talks through the tub.
he talks through the water in the tub. I'm assuming it's
Like
like a
I-
reflective surface.
Although, honestly, if he could just talk through the tub, why does he need a wand? Is it just to put on his shelf of wands?
Well, we know why he wants that wand,
Well,
but
we do
that,
know why,
that
but
comes
that
up
comes
later.
later.
But Luigi's like, oh, hey, the Wizard King's calling up, and nobody is surprised in the slightest. Like,
That
oh,
there's
it's,
an old
it's
man
normal.
in the tub.
It's
Oh,
very
whatever.
normal.
He does this all the
I
time.
am assuming what they're trying to imply here is that the Wizard King is one of those kings that you save in Mario 3.
Yeah.
Like one of the ones
Because
that's
it's weird that
turned-
he's not a toad, but then you do see other not toad kings in the Mario
Right.
3.
Okay, so I'm assuming that's why they're so casual with him. I know the ouchie on your elbow.
I'm sorry I bumped it. It was hurting.
Peach did a true gamer move the other day.
Alright, let's not get into
You don't
that.
want to talk about your
I'm
pro gamer move?
embarrassed.
Okay.
What do you mean by pro gamer move?
It was a pro gamer move.
How is it a pro gamer move?
Because you tried to skip a step, but it was like a speedrun skip, but if it's like it would have saved you 5 seconds, instead it cost you 15 minutes.
And mozzarella sticks.
And 5 months, 4. How many?
I cooked 7.
7?
Well, I saved some of them.
Okay, I'm cooking mozzarella sticks when we're done with this. Oh, but I gotta go to the dentist. Oh my gosh, I can't. Anyways, so what were we talking about? We were talking about the Wizard King.
Worms. I mean, the Wizard King.
Talking about worms! I always want to talk about worms. So, the Wizard King is like, help me, Mario Brothers.
My delivery toad is in trouble near this random non-specific waterfall. Let me send you the GPS coordinates.
Because Toad is so tiny, and he has to.
Toad's like, I want to see. And so he steps on the wrench, which fixes the plumbing, and then it flushes the message somewhere. It reminds me of that scene in Luigi's Mansion, the original one, where Toad flushes the key down the toilet, and he's like,
we'll just let all my wormies swirl down the tube.
And then Luigi's like,
I kind of needed that key, Toad.
Oh, that's what you're a plumber. You can get it out, can't you? Fine, Toad. You don't actually plumb it up. So Toad turns this into being all about him. They're like, Toad, the message pointed away. And he's like, look on the bright side, guys. My tub is fixed, and I can help you out.
'Cause I'm in charge.
I'm the best.
I did it.
I'm the best. So Toad does know where he's going. So everybody's just clipping down the stairs.
Slide down the stairs. Whee!
Just clipping like, and then for a moment, Toad does this face. I wrote it down.
The ooh
no, it's
face?
not ooh, but it's like the ooh face, but with the Z's pointed inwards. So it's like, it's like that face.
Like a little cat face.
So this is
so
the weirdest
Gypsy is
part.
joined by the squad.
Yeah, they've got all of the Koopalings in this episode except for Hip and Hop.
Do they? No.
Because
the squad consists of Roy, Wendy, Morton, and Larry. With Koopa, of course,
with their
he's
dad.
chef.
Parental supervision. Sorry.
So that's the main squad, and they're all like, all right, squad, we're gonna steal this wand.
It's gonna be easy.
It's gonna be easy peasy. Did you see that dope?
Look at him. He's gonna trip
He's wearing
on
like
his tie.
2 hats. Like, come on.
It's
just a matter of time.
So, thankfully, the Marios catch up to the Toad before
Koopa catches up to
Oh,
the
he
Toad.
does? Okay.
Yeah, they find him first.
Okay.
I don't know. Apparently, there's only like one waterfall in the Mushroom Kingdom. Because they were like, oh no, Toad, we don't have the coordinates. But then
They
it's like,
broke the dam.
it's right there.
They broke the dam. They're out of waterfalls. So, this is very weird. So, they help the nerd escort by
putting him on top of Toad. And for some reason, he's covering up Toad's eyes. And it's just like...
And then Peach grabs the 2 of them, and then Mario grabs Peach, who has the 2 of them, and is like, it's like, what is this plan? Why is Toad the one needing witness protection?
Blindfolded. Is it just the only way he could like properly attach himself to him? I don't know.
It's like wouldn't you want to protect the witness by covering his eyes and taking them out? But it's so weird. So
we get another appearance of Fire Mario here. And
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, wasn't Fire Mario's colors right in the original series?
What, that they were
With
white?
the white and red overalls?
I feel like the white and red
Because now we keep going back to the...
You forget that in
The
Mario
yellow ones.
3, they did change the coloration for some stuff.
They did?
Yes, they did.
I don't remember.
You're very tired. You don't remember this. But yeah, they changed the coloration. I remember it's that Mario gets an orange hue to him. And I think the Fire Mario suit in the original was more so a shout out to the Mario Bros colors for them, where they had the white overalls and the colored shirts. But Mario summons Meteor onto all of these fools.
Great balls of fire!
And they're like, ah! And they duck for cover. Koopas can swim. in this episode, even as kids, so that's very good. And again,
did they not swim before? I thought they could swim fine.
I mean, maybe, but it's like they're good at swimming. Maybe.
I think he just doesn't want to get his Tootsie Wootsies wet.
Well, he's willing to get it for a tactical retreat.
Okay.
So, for some reason, Toad is taking over with his eyes shut. He's like, where am I?
What's going on?
We're at my house.
We're at my house.
And Peach is like, congrats, Toad, we did our mission. So now we just need to, what is their plan after this?
I don't know what their plan is. Why did they go to Toad's house? Did they not know where the Wizard King's house is?
Are they understanding that the Wizard King has left? We also forgot to mention, the Wizard King has left to go get the treasure. And he leaves on his trusted snail speed lightning. And he's like,
bolt.
go fast, lightning
Faster,
bolt.
lightning bolt.
Please. And actually, the snail is fast. They're just not horse fast. But they're faster than you'd think a snail would be.
On one hand, it reminds me of Foss and Lux from Kid Icarus Uprising. And then on the other hand, it reminds me of the snail train in Maho.
I was not thinking about either of these things. I was just noticing the hoof sound effects. And I'm like, this is not a horse. Snails do not have hooves.
Maybe he's got some coconuts with him.
What's he, Tamatoa? Anyways, so Toad is like, oh, that's great, but, you know, while we're here, and I really helped out, maybe. Stop it, Toad.
No, bad Toad.
Bad Toad.
But I really wanted to use the magic wand.
No, Toad. Stop it.
Just a little magic. Free water my face. You're gonna make my head nauseous, really.
So before they even tell Toad no, they slam the box shut, and then they're like, no way.
No magic, Toad. You know what happened last time.
Yeah, so now the Warlock does not trust his messenger to come home back with the box, so he's just gonna come and get it himself. Which again, why didn't he go do that in the first place? Whatever. Plot holes matter not, because
he didn't want to bother Lightning Bolt.
Because they're like, don't do it, Toad. And Toad's like, okay. And then the next thing, Toad immediately goes to the chest, which is unguarded, and it's like, well...
Basically, they pull a Sorcerer's Apprentice here.
Okay.
I think that's...
From Fantasia, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's based on a novel.
Okay. What novel is that?
The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Okay. I just think of the Sorcerer in the Stone.
I mean, that's the famous version is the telling of Fantasia.
Okay.
With Yensid.
Right. And Mickey. But Toad just walks up and he's like, you know, Toad could find my house and attack it at any point. It's like, Toad already knows. Coop already knows where your house is, Toad. This is not...
I hope Toad knows where his house is.
Toad would know where his house is, but also Koopa probably knows where Toad's house is. They've been to it before.
They have, like, knocked over the roof many times.
Yeah, so he's just making some stupid excuses to get the wand. So when Toad picks it up...
It's so magic that the magic just cannot stay on frame.
The magic is... The timing of this episode is just so off, but Toad is filled with the ego of power. It's like, oh!
I will make the furniture dance for my amusement.
Toad drank the drug blood, and now he's a wizard.
A wizard.
I'm a wizard now.
It would have been funny if he'd put like a little cone on his head.
A dunce cone?
A dunce cap.
I'm a wizard.
So first he's making the table sets and the chairs dance in time, and his chest gets all smudged when he does this. I think somebody like bumped into when their ink was drying, they smudged it and they're like, this didn't happen, no one's gonna notice.
Whatever, everyone's gonna be distracted by the magic going off the wand half the time.
So playing Fantasia is not good enough for Toad. He's gotta do more.
He's gotta make a defense. Life.
He's gotta make a defense system by making the robots from robots.
He built robots out of pipes and makes them dance also for his amusement.
It's truly, Toad just gets a big ego and they're trying to dance and he's like, come
Wow, you're terrible.
Pick up the pace. Come on, I gave life to you. And it's like these pipe people are doing their best, Toad.
So they get so upset that they just steal the wand from Toad because Toad is.
I am the wizard Toad, and I can have things stolen from me very easily. Because he's holding the wand away from them, but they just reach over with their longer arms.
I mean, they're like
grab
12 feet taller than him, so.
I know. So the pipe people demand to see bouncing blocks. I'm kind of remembering from Mario 3. Okay. But I thought they were just Koopas wearing boxes on their heads.
I don't know.
But
apparently in this universe, they're actual blocks with feet.
So the pipe people send a mirage of a barrage.
Not a mirage.
Because it's very real.
It's very real of blocks towards Toad. And Mario and Luigi decide to show up.
Walk out the door. They're like,
and go, Toad,
what is happening? And Toad's like, oh, I don't know. The wand just flew out of the box. And these pipe people came out of nowhere. Oh, it's like, Toad, you're so...
And Luigi's like, oh, that's terrible, Toad. And Mario's like, really? Flew out of the door? Really, Toad?
I guess Luigi, he's got a heart. He's willing to listen
Luigi?
to people.
Hey, Luigi.
You like jazz?
Do you like pancakes?
Love me some pancakes.
I'm more of a waffle man myself, but...
I'll take a pancake, Mario. Why do you ask?
Because we're about to be pancakes if we don't get out of here!
I was looking up... Hey, Luigi.
This is a Waffle House.
Get out of here, pancakes boy. This is a Waffle House. So... It goes to commercial. That's like the stinger to keep you enticed.
Oh no,
but
we're all gonna get trampled by random blocks.
So Luigi's now just coldly staring on Toad like, are you sure?
Really?
Really?
They really jumped out the door and he's
Toad's like, I'm honest.
I'm so innocent. Look at my innocent face.
You think a person like me could cause trouble?
So then they just pick up Toad like a burger.
So they pick up Toad and they just leave because the princess is taking a very important afternoon nap.
She's taking a royal nap.
She's taking a royal nap and we
It's like,
can't
really?
interrupt her, so we have to leave.
We have to leave now.
So Toad is so light. I guess it's because mushrooms in general are very light because they're mostly air.
I mean, he makes a squeaky noise whenever they touch him. Maybe he's like the consistency of a squeaky toy.
So they just pick him up and they leave. And so they go up to a
cliff.
Mario and Toad go up to a
cliff. Because you know
cliff.
the weakness of blocks is gravity.
Oh, it is. Everything's weakness is gravity. So Toad goes, oh, we have this cliff in front of us. And then Mario goes, in that case, we...
Like, he doesn't
even say we should jump and then Toad screams. He's already screaming after as they're jumping off. So we...
Did you just say the bully died off screen?
Okay, so they dash the way and then Mario's like, Toad, you want to be honest, Toad? And Toad's like, I'm telling the truth.
Innocent little schoolgirl.
But we cut back to Mario.
To the Koopa
Sorry,
Squad.
the Koopa Squad.
Who has now changed members.
Suddenly, Bully is gone, and Boomerang Bro is here. And I said maybe he died off screen.
No,
maybe Bully
he didn't.
Maybe
Because Bully comes back later in the episode.
Maybe Bully drowned. We don't know. But they're like, oh, we need to hunt for the swan. And they're like, well, the wand's right there. These quietly groaning wand people. I think it's supposed to be like
the pipe.
But
They're supposed to sound like rusty pipes.
And they're like, oh, they're so loud. It's like, no,
So they're like, all right, Boomerang Bros, get us the wand. And so they throw the boomerang and they dodge it immediately.
And then they go,
But of course, we sit there for a very long time before the very obvious punchline of the boomerang whacking them again
Also,
happens.
I like how the boomerang kind of stalls and then it just
kinda
goes
stalls
back.
and slowly comes back.
Like,
And I'm
there's
just
no
like,
arc of
wow.
it flying. It just goes back and forth. So thankfully, Koopa has grabbed the wand and he zaps the pipe snipes.
Is that what the called?
I think so. The pipe snipes.
a
With
good
this
name.
tow truck noise, like something's getting run over.
And it just makes them freeze.
It's such a weird noise. And suddenly, Cootie...
It's a fight of dibs.
It's suddenly dibs, because Cootie Pie's like, oh my gosh, Dad.
Wow, Dad, that's so cool. Give me the one.
And suddenly Kooky is
And
here.
now Cookie is here. And it's just like, what? Where? Did we replace one of them with Kooky now? I feel like that was a mistake.
You think so? You wouldn't count Kooky in this episode?
I don't think Cookie's supposed to be in this episode. We have to count him in the episode because now he is in the episode.
We saw his picture. Okay.
And Cheetsy's eyes are blue.
But everybody's acting like Cootie Pie's holding a gun.
Well, because she's pointing it like a gun. She's like, this wand is mine.
It's mine.
The best line.
Oh, I love this line
Oh
too.
my God. So the princess walks up from
she
her
awakes
royal
from
nap.
her royal nap, and Toad is with her suddenly.
But what?
Yeah, Toad's with the princess.
What do you mean Toad's with the princess?
I'll pull up the video to show you. Toad is with the princess right here.
But he was with the... What? Why is Toad with the princess? I did not notice that.
I didn't. I was like,
I'm so tired.
hang on. So, Cootie Pie.
She just goes, oh, hi, princess.
Oh, hi, princess.
Let me just put you in this giant fence.
So she's under permanent house arrest.
Maybe that's why I like Charlotte so much. She reminds me of Cootie Pie.
Oh, hi, princess.
Oh, hi, princess. How was your nap?
So,
I
Bully.
hate to bother you.
It's just like, oh my god.
So, she's just
Wow.
really farting at him. But it's really fun because Bully is here now. So, you're right. He did not drown in the lake.
in the lake.
So, this is now turning into this is my sleepover and I get to choose the movie.
So Bully's like, I want to play catch with the robots. So then he makes the robots like, what are they doing? They're throwing the Marios.
Start juggling.
They start juggling the Marios. And then
Chi-Chi's like, bully for you, bully, it's my wand now.
and I want a giant plant.
I want Audrey too. I really like Little Shop of Horrors.
It's a great movie.
It's a great parody on the musical genre of film.
It is.
Well, it is. I'd say, my favorite musical is Singing in the
Cats.
Rain. All right, you can't say. Do you want to clarify before we start?
Not the crappy movie. The original.
Just the stage play.
The stage play.
The recording of the stage play. My favorite movie is Singing in the Rain. My favorite parody musical is Little Shop of Horrors. And my favorite semi-musical movie, this is my top 3, is Mary Poppins.
I mean, Mary Poppins is just fantastic.
I love Mary Poppins. I was watching it with some people, and they were like, this is so boring. I'm going to sleep. And I wanted to turn around. I was very on edge that day, and I wanted to turn around and yell at them and be like, you don't know class.
Don't know art.
You don't see art. You're too young to understand the message of growing old that this movie presents. So bad.
Alright, so in an attempt to overkill the Mario Bros, they literally throw everything at Mario, which allows Mario to escape.
Yeah, because they're just putting so many things at him that he can quickly wiggle away. So he's about to be eaten by Audrey too, but he wiggles out and suddenly the plant is eating the pipe man. Oh no!
Oh, these poor pipe creatures. They were just created to dance, and then they were told their dancing was terrible, and they tried to take control of their own lives.
Tried to
but
usurp.
Now they're
Being eaten alive
Being
and
eaten
forced
alive.
into indentured
to
servitude.
these bratty kids.
It's all terrible, but I did like this moment where Mario's pipe skills come back into play, because early in the episode it showed he was good with the pipe. Okay, we're back. We had to go. So Toad was freed with Mario's pipe skills because earlier they had shown that Mario's good with the plumbing, and that comes back into play. Good job, Doug. I like that.
And so now that Mario has saved Toad's life, Toad
And in the
finally
middle of all this
decides to
kerfuffle,
fess up, and he goes,
Mario, so sorry. I lied to you. This is all my fault.
And Mario goes, yeah, Toad, I knew it was your fault.
We all knew it,
Toad,
but
we all knew it.
But I'm glad that
you finally admitted this.
you just had to confess to it.
So then they're like, all right, let's start our musical montage. And then Toad winks at the camera while Mario's holding his hand.
He's got this weird face to him. So
I swear, this is like swollen or something.
did you twist your ankle?
I'm just falling apart.
Peach is in pain.
I'm in pain. I burned my elbow making mozzarella sticks. I twisted my ankle wearing the wrong shoes.
Well, that's why.
I don't know if it was that or if it was me taking the 3-hour walk, because it might have been that.
Maybe it was both at the
Maybe
same
it was
time.
both at the same time.
But it's time for our song, and I really like the song. Dun, 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 dun. It's not the full one that comes later, but it's a little
so great
teaser.
That they play it again later.
I know it was just so good, but Cheatsy sends the fence that's surrounding his house to pierce Toad.
That's so hard.
It's like, oh my goodness! But the
block creatures.
So Mario's big plan
is to have Toad antagonize the block creatures to come and flatten everybody.
Yeah.
Because truly, the block creatures are invincible, even though they're not. But
you can just jump on them, but I guess...
Well, they're good to, stand on and let you jump you through the level until they fall down a pit and take you with them.
Well, that was your fault for choosing to stay on the pipe.
Hush.
But, so Toad starts running back, and he's running out of breath, and he's like, "Fear me!" And Bully goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm trembling in my boots!" Piranha, time to get eaten by a munchy piranha plant.
I did 2 episodes. That was a mistake. I keep thinking of the next one. Oops.
Sorry. So Koopa realizes what Toad is trying to do, which is to drag the block creatures over to him, and Koopa's like,
shoot, no, get out of here.
Wait,
get out, no.
It's like me against bugs or dogs. I'm like, no, please leave me alone, please.
This is getting out of hand.
Yoink.
So Koopa, so then Dad's in charge now. Koopa's like, this is going crazy, but then his wand gets yoinked by Toad.
He says this is getting out of hand. He holds his hand up, and then Toad yoinks the wand out of his hand.
It's really
That was
funny.
some really clever wordplay.
Good job, Mr. Doug Booth. I almost called him Doug Bowser. So then Mario keeps mashing the same... Mario's been captured by a pipe man at this point. It happened in the montage. And he's just continuing to mash the same block and be like, I'm gonna get a power-up, just watch. It's like you're just mashing the same one over and over. But it works. And he gets a Tanuki leaf, and for some reason the Tanuki leaf helps him because the pipe person tries to suck. It's like a vacuum suddenly, and Mario's tail goes
Where's Luigi during all of this?
Luigi's captured by the other pipe person.
Oh, I guess so.
And his tail goes towards the pipe person's nose, and that lets him
tickle his nose
escape, but he didn't sneeze.
I don't know.
It's just like, ugh. So Toad wishes...
So Toad says the line from Sorcerer's Apprentice here.
Okay.
Where he's like,
I order the magic to stop.
Okay, it made me think of a certain Mario game that came out recently.
Origami King?
Yes.
What about
It feels like spoilers to say that.
Oh, spoiler. Okay.
Oops.
We got a coupon out of here.
Yeah. So, Daddy dearest, why don't you say we coupon out of here? So Cootie Pie says that.
Cootie Pie really stole all the lines of this episode.
So they all start running away, and the wizard has, on his lightning fast speed, has come to aid. So he uses telepathy to take the wand from Toad's hand, and he's like, let me give you a hand. And this really is a Nintendo thing, because
so
we've
harsh.
turned into hand-based
They
enemies.
murder the pipe creatures by turning them into master hands.
So sad. It is
Honestly,
funny.
they look like the ones from Wind Waker.
The God Hands?
Godons.
Godons? I thought it was God Hand. And I'll sneeze.
Here's some
It is funny
arrows.
though. It's not until somebody mentioned to me, like, there's a lot of hand-based, like a big head and 2 hand-based enemies.
It's just
in Zelda and Mario and Kirby.
It's the natural, like, progression of things.
You think so? Of
Hand and face. Like, those are just the important bits.
What about the feet? The body?
Well, I mean, I guess there's
I understand Rayman logic,
demise,
but...
you gotta attack the toes.
Oh, see, this is what happens when we don't... Oh, but then you get the fingers with demise.
Well, you don't have to attack the fingers.
You don't have to attack the fingers?
You don't have to attack anything, technically. You can just jump on his head and smash the spike in.
Again, this
That's
is why
the shortcut.
Skyward Sword is not one of our favorite
That's
games.
the shortcut. That's the real way to fight that boss.
Is to just jump up and use
jump
elevation.
up on his head, use your sailcloth to get onto his
What if
head,
you
and just
fall
go
off?
bonk.
Oops. So they scoop up all of the Koopa critters. By the way, the Boomerang Bros are nowhere to be seen after they used their boomerangs.
Maybe they truly
Maybe they were the ones who
drowned.
died off screen. Maybe they were fed to Audrey 2 before Audrey 2 went
Perhaps.
away. So they're scooped up and they're just kind of dumped into a pipe that dumps them back into their home. And they all fall into a big heap on the throne room. And it's like, oh man, it's kind of sent back home. It's like when you throw something in the general direction of where it lives, like when you throw a fish back into the river.
And it
you're
just
like,
kind of like flops on the
go.
ground.
You're like, go!
And then eventually it gets in the water and you're
It's like you'll find your way home eventually.
very beautiful.
Very powerful.
Alright.
So the lip syncing here was driving me crazy, and I'm usually not one where it happens.
Really? I was
Yeah.
like...
You were completely tapped out. So here Toad
I was very
formally
tapped out.
apologized, and he's like, I'm sorry, I used your magic wand. And he's like, well...
You have to use this one for professional things. Like roasting weenies.
And they say roasting weenies. It's to roast a hot dog.
Roast-a-weenies.
He sticks it into the ground, and it emits heat, and he roasts
his weenies.
And Toad's like, wow, maybe I'm not the only idiot in town. And then the episode ends. Like, there's
That's
nothing to really take from this.
There's no laugh. There's no, like, punchline. It's just like, wow, roast weenies. That's how we're ending it.
And that's it. So tell me, Peach, who...
I brought the buns.
Okay, so let's bring Toad back into the room, shall we?
Oh, goody!
All right, Toad, who is your most valuable paisano this episode?
Well, obviously it was me.
No, you can't vote for yourself. That's not allowed.
All right, let's be real. Toad didn't do anything this
Toad
episode.
did squat. He just caused the problems.
I don't know. He wasn't even that entertaining.
I liked
I've
when
had
he said,
more fun
"The
with Toad than
Wizard
other
Toad."
times. That's true. I mean, he was cute, but like, he was more fun in the tag team episode.
Where he was all internally distraught.
It was hilarious.
I was going through some stuff, okay?
I was just so worried about those children. You understand?
It was the children.
It was the children. So, who? Okay. So, I don't...
You know, I was struggling between Mario and Luigi in the last episode, but it was really Mario. It was
Luigi's just kind of standing off to the side in this one. He didn't do
Mario
too
was
much.
taking charge. He did not take any of Toad's lip. He's just like, really, Toad? He uses
Really?
his plumbing skills.
Yeah, I like how that came back around.
He just jumps straight off the cliff with Toad.
Yeah, I'll give it to Mario too. I didn't know who to pick.
He casts Meteor and almost murders everyone.
King Koopa!
I say, if I didn't give it to Mario, Cootie Pie is a very
Yeah,
close second just for her
I
great
liked a
line.
lot of her delivery. Oh, hi, princess.
Oh, hi, princess.
I see you've woken up from your royal nap. You can feel her blinking into your soul.
She has very big Miss Piggy energy.
She does. Maybe that's why we're liking
Why we
Cootie
love
Pie
Cootie
as we
Pie.
go on, where it's not really a mask revealed or like a wolf in sheep's clothing, but it's like they've got two sides to them. They've got beautiful Marilyn Monroe and I'm gonna kill you, Barbara Streisand.
All right,
I don't know if Barbra Streisand is that
We
violent.
better wrap up this episode because I'm out of tea and I won't be able to do the Toad. Toad won't be able to be here.
We can't water Toad for much longer. So tell me, Peach, where can we find you?
You can find Peach Supreme at peachsupremeart.tumblr.com.
And where am I, Toad?
And you can find Delfino Durians at delfinodurians.tumblr.com.
And what about the lovely music that we have composed?
Our lovely ending song was composed by Taylor Lair. That's TLAIRE.bandcamp.com.
Thank you. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, just
I love
know
spoofing.
that if you subscribe to me on YouTube, you can watch the episodes on Monday with visual aids.
You can see lovely pictures of me, Toad.
We don't have to look at Toad. We want to look at whose face do you think was the best this episode? Who's drawing? I'd say Luigi's cold stare.
Luigi's cold stare.
It was so cold. All right, with that, we're out of material and we need to go. Bye, Zani. Bye, Zanies.
Mario! Luigi, where'd you go?
Oh, hi, Princess. I am really, really sorry, but I have decided to place you on